It's important to make sure you don't wear a hat to school, especially if you don't get caught, because you may get caught later. So always just make sure you follow the rules of hat etiquette at a place you're at, whether it's school or wherever that you are not allowed to wear hats. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And today in this video, I'm going to tell you guys a story about how I accidentally wore a hat to school. Luckily, I took it off when I was inside the room because I didn't want to get caught or get sent to the office or get in trouble. And this is the sequel to how my friend wore a tank top to school on the first day of school by accident. And if you didn't see that story, I'll link it down below if you didn't see. And so this is a story about how I decided to wear a hat one day to school because my head was cold and I didn't know I wasn't supposed to wear hats, and luckily I would take it off whenever I went inside each of my classes because I didn't want to get in trouble or lectured for it or sent to the office. So I would just take it off whenever I was pretty much inside, but then when I didn't see any supervisors, I'd actually try to wear it without getting caught. So I'm gonna get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope this video teaches you guys it's okay if you don't know the rules for school of dress codes, but you never really want to wear something you shouldn't be wearing to school. So I'm gonna get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Oops. I said oops because I bumped the camera. So this all started about 18 years ago. It was around November or so, and I was in the 7th grade. I decided to wear a hat to school because my head was cold, and it was this very weird looking crocheted hat that I made, and it was kind of funny. I don't even think I don't have it anymore. I gave it to a friend of mine, and it was a very ugly looking crocheted hat that I had done, and I wanted to wear it because I wanted to keep myself warm because it was freezing outside. And where I live, we don't have snow, but it does get pretty chilly here. So I grabbed my hat, I put it on, and as I put my hat on, I get ready to go to school, and my friend comes over, and she was gonna walk to school with me, and we met up with my other friend, and my friend's like, Mena, you're not supposed to be wearing hats to school. And I said, oh, but my head is cold. And she's like, okay, why don't you wear it on the walk to school, but when we get to campus, yeah, you may have to take it off. And I said, okay. So I put my hat on and I walked to school with my friends, and I'm wearing my hat. And as I'm wearing my hat, we get on campus, we walk to school, and once we get to campus, I take my hat off because I didn't want to get caught by a supervisor wearing a hat. And then as I went to all my classes, I would make sure I took my hat off inside, but I did wear the hat in the hallway because I barely saw supervisors in the hallway. I don't know, we barely had any supervisors in the hallway at school, but I was very, very respectful to take my hat off whenever I was going into places, because I know in a lot of places you're not really supposed to wear hats inside because it's not polite manners. And I'm not sure why, but I'll have to do some research on it. So anytime I would walk through the hallways at school, I kind of would either put my hat on and off and on and off and on and off all day because I was worried about getting caught by a supervisor. So I finally decided to put my hat in my backpack because I didn't want anybody catching me wearing a hat at school. So I keep my hat off for the rest of the day, and it was actually starting to get warm that day, which was perfectly fine. So I go around school, hang out with my friends, and then by the end of the day, I meet up with my 2 friends that I walk home with. They were like, where's your hat? And I said, oh, I stuck it in my backpack because I didn't want to get caught wearing the hat in the hallway, blah, 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 blah. And I was starting to get warm anyway, so I thought it'd be a good idea to take my hat off. And my friend's like, you did a good job respecting the rules, Mena, and we're glad you didn't get caught wearing the hat. So anyway, so my friends and I leave to go home, and then we talk about how interesting it was that I was able to wear a hat throughout the school day without getting caught, and we thought it was pretty interesting. Sorry, I'm moving my stitch marker. So the moral of the story is you should always be respectful of your school rules, especially, I mean, it's okay if you don't know your school rules already, but if you already know your school rules, you should always respect them. I mean, even if you want to wear something that you shouldn't wear to school, you shouldn't really wear it. Wear it and respect the rules. And you, some people are able to wear that stuff without getting caught. I mean, if a place says it's okay, you can wear hats in there, it's totally fine. But if you can't wear a hat to school, do not wear a hat to school. And also make sure you remember to take your hat off in certain places because it's polite manners to take your hat off when you're inside. But if you know you're not supposed to be wearing, if you aren't supposed to be wearing a hat to school, probably don't wear a hat to school, especially if you don't get caught wearing a hat to school by accident. So that was a story about how I got away with wearing a hat to school. Don't follow my example. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.